Hi everyone, welcome back. In previous lecture, we had a quick overview about how to handle the exceptions in a Spring Boot application. Well, before handling exceptions in a Spring Boot application, let us understand Spring Boot default exception handling. Well, if you go to our project in IntelliJ IDEA and go to account service sample class, within that go to get account by ID method. So within this method, here we have written a logic like if the account ID is not exist in database, then we throw the runtime exception, right? And if you test this REST API here, well, here I'm going to test get account by ID REST API, and look at here, we got the response. It says internal server error. Well, if you again go to the database first, and here let us select the rows from the accounts table, and here you can see the account ID 3 is not exist in the table, and here in a REST API URL we have passed the account ID 3. Well, the account with the ID 3 is not exist in database, then we got the response like this. But this is the not a correct response, right? So we have to get the error message properly. So here internal server error. So this is not a meaningful error message, right? So this is basically a technical term. And again, look at here the HTTP status 500 internal server error. So the status should be 404 not found, right? Because the account with ID 3 is not found, that's why the status should be 404 not found. But we are getting 500 internal server error. So this is the default Spring Boot exception handling. Now let us go ahead and let us implement exception handling in our banking application as per our requirement. So basically our requirement is like we need to send the status as a 404 in the response, and we need to also send the error message, that is meaningful error message, and we also need to send the error code in the response. Okay, so let us go ahead and let us see how to implement the exception handling in the banking application as per our requirement. So let us head over to the development steps. First step is create a custom exception named account exception. Second step is use account exception. Well, instead of using runtime exception, we will use account exception. Next step is create error details class to hold the error response. Next step is create a global exception handler to handle the specific exceptions as well as generic exception. Alright, so first step is create a custom exception named account exception. Let's go to our project in IntelliJ IDEA and let's first create a new package. So go to base package, right click new and then choose package. Let's give package name as exception, and within an exception package let's create a custom exception. For that choose Java class and let us give class name as account exception. Perfect. Next extend this exception from runtime exception, and within this class let us create a constructor with the name account exception, and then here just pass the message. So this message basically holds the error message, and let us pass this message to the super class constructor by using super method call over here. Perfect. Next let us take a look into next step. Next step is using account exception. Now we have created account exception. Next let us use this account exception in a account service sample class. So go to account service sample class, go to get account by ID method over here, and here instead of runtime exception, so let us use account exception. Okay, perfect. Next go to deposit method over here, and here also we have used runtime exception, so just remove this runtime exception and then use account exception. Similarly go to withdraw method, and here also runtime exception, so just remove it and then use account exception. Next go to delete account method, and here also we have used runtime exception, so instead of this let's use account exception. Okay, now we have removed the generic exception, that is runtime exception, and we have used our custom exception, that is account exception, in a required places. Okay, perfect. Next let us take a look into next step. Next step is create a error details class that holds the error response. So let us go back to our project, go to exception package over here, right click on it, new, and then choose Java class, and here select record. Let's give record name as error details and hit enter. Next let us define the fields for this record. So here just type local date time and let's give field name as timestamp. Well, this is the timestamp when the exception occur. And next, string message. So this field holds the error message. Next, string details. If the user or the client want more information about the exception, then we can store this in a details field. Next, string error code. So we can also send the specific error code about the exception by using this error code field. Okay, perfect. Next, we don't have to create a getter methods or the constructor to string equals hash code, because this is the record. So Java compiler will automatically provide all these boilerplate code. Next, let us take a look into next step. Next step is create a global exception handler to handle the specific exceptions as well as generic exceptions. Well, we will implement this step in the next lecture.